Off 20. Another former winner. 1998 champ. Way back when. I mean, most of you know that Jason and Fullerton worked on this show way back when Stevie Carbone worked on this show. And has gone off, created something significant for himself. He still comes in once a year during the Smack Off as a former champ. Let's see what he's got. Bidding to become a multiple champ. We go to Stevie Carbone. Stevie, what's up? How are you?
Jim, how you doing? 20 years of the Smack Off. 20? In 1995, I was a college punk making my call from my dorm room. So excited to be amongst the greats like William in San Diego and Jason and Fullerton and Lame T the Stick. This year, I'm in the same field as Lef in Laguna Beach. Lef. I don't know if that's short for left out of any social circles as a child, or left at home a lot alone wondering where mommy and daddy went, or just left as in exit stage left today, son, you don't belong. Left, you are a neo-maxi Zune dweeby and your parents hate you. Sorry. But the big one today, the one we're all gunning for, Mark on a car phone in a big wang. A classy joint. I went to their website and their slogan is size matters. That's great. Well, apparently your dignity doesn't. Big Johnson t-shirts thinks your sexual innuendos are a little bit outdated. I've never ventured into a big wangs, and I'm guessing I never will, since I really don't need my wings served to me by someone with daddy issues. I'll pass. Jim, I like the days of yesteryear when Smack Off champions were humble in accepting their title, didn't move on to radio careers, and faded into Bolivian. So basically silk. But Mark, not so much. He's throwing a Smack Off party for himself. He identifies himself on Twitter as Smack Off champion, and his picture of him is him screaming into a telephone. Mark, didn't the superintendent of Poway teach you anything about letting this show get to your head? And thanks for the heads up on your IMDb page, too. That's awesome. To call you a struggling actor in Hollywood would be an insult to the whole wait staff at Nobu. So let's see. You've appeared in Sex and the City, Gilmore Girls, Switched at Birth. Jesus, do you have stock in the Lifetime channel or something? Let me know when you appear in the next Meredith Baxter Bernie biopic. I will be sure not to watch that one, too. I don't know where your career is eventually going to take you, Mark, and by the looks of it, neither do you. But I highly doubt you're ever going to be introduced at the Oscars as the wickedly talented Adele Dazeem anytime soon. So, speaking of big egos, Jim, I don't know if you heard this. It kind of went under the radar. But did you see last week that ESPN got themselves a new studio? Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it either. Then again, it makes sense to build studios the size of the Death Star so you can fit every inflated personality under the same roof. And Berman's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade head. Did you see the gear that Berman was rocking at the U.S. Open a couple weeks ago? A short sleeve shirt and a tie. If I didn't know any better, I could have sworn I saw him that weekend biking around my neighborhood wanting me to open my eyes up to the Church of Latter-day Saints. Nice outfit. The mothership can splurge on a gazillion-dollar studios, but they can't get this guy a better outfit at Lane Bryant? It's just sad. And you know what else is sad? The retirement of Rick Riley. Granted, I don't know exactly what he retired from, but he retired nonetheless. He went from writing one column a week on the back page of Sports Illustrated for years to writing no columns ever for ESPN while getting paid millions, and now he's calling it quits. Rick Riley retired the way Vince Young retired. He didn't. They didn't want you anymore, Riley, and the brass decided that paying a guy $40 million to be a Twitter plagiarizer, probably a bit too much. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that your dad drank a lot, Rick, but now you know how the rest of us feel when we watched your work. You will not be missed, Riley. However, I'm really digging this Fox Sports 1, the upstart that they're building over there. Canceled shows with Regis Philbin, a Saturday college football show that draws less ratings than a repeat of the Golden Girls, and Andy Roddick giving me his take on anything other than being a giant American tennis failure. Andy, the only thing anyone cares to hear you talk about is your wife. Please do more of it, because I'm certainly more interested in her doubles than yours. Screw Fox Sports 1. I mean, what fun is it to kick someone when they're down? Of course, I could pile on Shale today for the turn his career has taken, but I doubt he would ever hear it because, you know, him and Manny are trying to get pregnant together. I mean, can you imagine a meeting of the minds when Chael Sonnen and Manny Ramirez walk into a room? I think even the walls get stupider. I mean, needless to say, Chael, you took losing Bill's character, that quote in sports, a little too literally. It doesn't mean by continuing to lose, eventually you'll be good. Losing builds character. Yeah, apparently it also builds up your estrogen level. And at least when Major League Baseball players juiced, they broke ridiculous records. You cheated your way to a 28-14-1 career record. You even suck at cheating. Go away. In closing, Jim, 20 years of this annual show has been a hell of a run. I've been glad to be a part of it, both caller and behind the scenes. I'm just getting a little sick at times of some of these former champions who want to claim they're a bigger deal than they are. You know, Mark and Brad and Vic. I mean, to quote my winning call from '98, you're a caller to a radio show. Do not think you are some Twitter or Instagram sensation now posting all your pictures with black people. Why? Why do you have to do that? Mark wants to brag about big wangs, and Vic won't leave Jay Moore alone, and Brad, what has he done? He has the AIDS. I'm so sorry, honey. Do you want some juice? War Aaron Sharoni. Out.
Stevie Carbone with the War Aaron Sharoni at the end of the phone call. He loves her. Man, Steve Carbone's done this a long, long, long time. He's lost nothing. He has lost nothing. This guy won it in '98. That's incredible. I mean, you go way back, and you think that maybe somebody like that couldn't keep pace with the new breed, couldn't keep pace with the times, the changes. He's as good now as he was then. Trust me, that would be a smack-off record. Longest time between wins. Is it enough? You've got the big three. Three former champs. Brad, Vic, Steve Carbone. Back to back to back. How do you slot it?